Hello to you.
And welcome to the deep dive. It's great to be here with you.
Today is Monday, June 16th, 2025. And this deep dive is all about getting into the notes from a recent class.
That's right. We're looking at the class notes from group T247. Class itself was on June 11th, 2025.
And in that class, Douglas and Tiago were with us.
Yes. Our colleagues Mario and Reynaldo, they couldn't be there that day, unfortunately.
This group, T247, is working at CEFRL level A2. And something important is happening, right?
Yes. We're kind of shifting focus.
Yeah. Moving from practicing screenwriting and acting, which was fun.
And now we're focusing more on, business meetings and investment situations. It's quite a step.
It really is. And it shows how Academia BSB connects learning English to, real life.
We take what you practice.
And show you how to use it right away.
Think of it like this.
Yeah.
We're analyzing these class notes, sort of like a report, like a progress report on a new startup.
Exactly. We're looking at the key things you worked on, the foundations.
These are the key elements for growth in your English communication skills. Especially for business stuff.
This deep dive is really about understanding the value you're building.
It's about the investment you're making.
In your language skills. So let's unpack these notes together.
We'll go slowly and clearly. Simple language, short sentences.
Okay. Let's jump right in then. To start, let's talk about connecting English learning to the world, the real world.
Right. This is why we have the watching section. It's really, really important for anyone learning a foreign language.
You need exposure, right? Seeing and hearing real English.
Yeah. In movies, news, TV series.
Or just real events happening in English-speaking countries.
This kind of exposure helps you understand context. You see how words are actually used.
Naturally. And it helps with culture, too.
Definitely. Why people say things the way they do.
And the class notes, they highlight the purpose of watching this stuff. It's not just, entertainment.
No, it builds context.
Yeah.
And for this new focus on business, watching content about business or investment is really useful.
Yeah, seeing how professionals talk in English.
It prepares you, makes the language feel more alive.
It's like doing market research for your English. Okay, now let's build some solid foundations. Let's talk pronunciation.
Yes, the building blocks. So first, some sounds we reviewed from a past class. Clear pronunciation is just essential.
For clear communication. Let's read these words from the list. Listen carefully now.
Okay. Ladder. X. Later.
X.
Leather.
Where. X. Were.
Should. X.
Could. Something.
Nephew. Crew.
Speciality.
Handle. Trouble.
Either.
Pastries.
Supportive.
Growth.
Suitcase.
Okay. Now let's make sure the difference in some of these sounds is really clear.
Right. Listen to ladder. And then later. Okay, ladder, later. Hear the difference.
Yeah. Ladder has that short A sound like in cat. Ladder.
And later.
Later has the long A like in say. Later.
Good. Or how about where and were? Listen. Where. Were.
So where is about place? Like where is it? And the were is that past tense of to be, we were happy. The vowel's different. Where. Were.
Paying attention to these small differences really helps. It helps you understand. It helps others understand you.
Definitely. Okay, now let's practice some new sounds. These are from words in the most recent class.
And very relevant for our business theme.
Exactly. So we'll say the word, then use it in a simple sentence and say the word again. Ready.
Ready.
Largest. The largest building is tall. Largest.
Throughout. They travel throughout the country. Throughout.
The customer. We like the customer.
Control. We need to control the situation.
Control.
Control.
Demand. The demand for coffee is high. Demand.
Potential. This idea has great potential. Potential.
Consultant. He's a business consultant.
Consultants. And we've been here since.
Warning.
Since.
0. There are 0 mistakes. 0.
Prior. We need to finish this prior to the meeting. Prior.
Exhausted. After work, I feel exhausted.
Exhausted. Arrival! The arrival time is 3 p.m. Arrival.
Arrive. We will arrive soon. Arrive.
Ready? Are you ready? Read.
Please. Read the book. Read.
Quite. The room is quite small. Quite.
Quiet. Please be quiet.
Quiet. We cough. He's a cough. Cough.
Coffee. I like coffee. Coffee.
Good job. Practicing these new words and their sounds. It's all part of growing your business vocabulary.
Speaking of vocabulary, let's check your toolkit. Remember this, reviewing words from a past class.
Right. The goal was practice through activities. Let's go through some exercises from the notes.
Okay, activity 1. Complete the sentences We'll read the sentence with a blank, then the word, then the whole thing.
Sentence 1. I was feeling very after the long journey, and the word is tired.
So, I was feeling very tired after the long journey.
Sentence 2. She gave a polite for being late. The word is excuse.
She gave a polite excuse for being late.
Sentence 3. He was acting to the waiter, which made everyone uncomfortable. Correct word, impolite.
He was acting impolite to the waiter, which made everyone uncomfortable.
Sentence 4. I don't like being around people when I'm in a mood. Word, bad.
I don't like being around people when I'm in a bad mood.
And sentence 5. The Narian served our table quickly. The word is waiter.
The waiter served our table quickly. Good.
Great. Okay, activity 2. Match words and meanings.
Word 1, shy. This matches C, feeling nervous or uncomfortable around others.
Word 2, tired. That matches B, lacking energy, wanting to rest.
Word 3, sociable. Matches A, confident and likes meeting people.
Word 4, waiter. Matches D, a person who serves food at a restaurant.
And word 5, impolite. Matches E, not behaving in a respectful way.
Okay, nearly done with this section. Activity 3. Choose the correct word.
Sentence 1. He is with doing the same work every day. The word is fed up.
Right. He is fed up with doing the same work every day.
Sentence 2. They gave a good for their absence. Correct word. Excuse.
They gave a good excuse for their absence.
Sentence 3. I don't enjoy being. I prefer staying at home.
Word is sociable.
I don't enjoy being sociable. I prefer staying at home. And the last one from the toolkit. Activity 4. Find the mistake.
Okay. Sentence 1. She is very confident when meeting new people. What did the note say? Correct.
Yes, that sentence is correct.
Sentence 2. The waiter was too tired and forgot our order. Also correct.
Yep, also correct according to the notes.
Okay, sentence 3. He gives an excuse for missing the class. Mistake here.
Yes, the mistake is give excuse.
So the correct way is he gave an excuse for missing the class.
Exactly. Remember, gave for the past and before excuse because of the vowel sound. Little details matter.
All right, so we've reviewed some key sounds and older vocabulary. It feels like we're, building a strong base, like a startup needs that solid plan.
Absolutely, and that's actually a perfect place to take a very short break.
Good idea. So far, we've talked about why watching real English is important.
Uh-huh. And we reinforce pronunciation and vocabulary building blocks from past classes.
When we come back, we'll dive into the new vocabulary from the latest class, those essential words for talking business and investment.
Stay with us. Commercial break, placeholder.
And we are back on the deep dive.
Welcome back. Before the break, we looked at the importance of watching real English, and we did some review of pronunciation and vocabulary from past classes.
Right, a quick recap, always helpful.
Yeah.
Speaking of recaps and vocabulary, did you hear about the dictionary that went on a diet?
Amused.
No, I didn't.
It wanted to have fewer heavy words.
Yeah, it chuckles lightly. Oh, okay, that's a good one. Very vocabulary focused. Maybe not quite an idiom like the ones we will look at later.
Yeah.
But first, let's get into the essential vocabulary from this recent class.
Yes, these are really important words for discussing business ideas. Think of them like keywords for your startup pitch.
Right. We'll read each word and give a simple meaning or synonym. Ready?
Ready.
Workaholic.
That's someone who works too much. Maybe too much.
I give up.
To stop trying something.
Share.
A part of something. Like owning a piece of a company.
To remain.
Means to stay the same or stay in a place.
To arrange.
To plan or organize something.
To fix. To repair something. Mend it.
Gold mine.
Ooh, a good one. A situation or place that could make a lot of money.
Buzz.
Like a low sound. Bees, or maybe excitement.
Yeah, a low continuous sound. Or a feeling of excitement and hum.
Similar, right. A steady low sound, like a machine or singing with your mouth closed.
Stake.
Important for our theme. It means part ownership in a business. Your stake.
Location.
Just a place or position.
Tasty food.
Simple. Food that tastes good. Delicious.
Dim.
Not bright light, low light.
Yes.
That's sus sound, like a snake. Or air escaping.
Gurgle.
Like water bubbling. Going down a drain, maybe?
Proud.
Feeling happy about an achievement, yours or someone else's.
Apron.
You wear this over clothes, maybe when cooking.
Exactly. And edge.
To cut a design into something hard, like glass or metal.
Improvisation.
Making things up as you go, no strict plan.
Drawn.
Like pulled towards something, attracted to it.
Counter.
That long, flat surface in a shop or kitchen.
Stool.
A seat, but no back or arms. A feeling of embarrassment or guilt.
Cracked.
broken with lines, but not totally separated.
To lean forward.
Moving your upper body forward.
Payroll.
Ah, business word. The list of employees and their salaries.
To handle.
Means to manage something, a situation, a task.
To thrive.
To grow strong, to be very successful.
See, so many of these words link directly to business and investment.
Yeah. Stake, payroll, handle, thrive, gold mine, consultant.
Essential tools for your business English kit.
Okay, now let's look at language usage. This is where we start, putting it together.
Right. Using these words and phrases in actual conversations, like building sentences for a meeting or a proposal.
We'll show you how some terms are used with short role plays. Listen for the slight change in our voices, okay?
Let's try the first one.
Enthusiastic, noticing, wow, look at him.
Calm, agreeing. Yes, he looks sharp today. Very professional in that suit.
So he looks sharp. It means he looks smart, stylish, professional.
Okay, next one.
Curious. How did you know so much about the company's problems?
Matter of fact. Oh, I did my homework before the meeting. Research.
I did my homework. Means you prepared well. You looked into things.
Next phrase.
Polite, disagreeing. With all the respect, I disagree with your idea for the marketing.
Understanding. I understand. Thank you for sharing your opinion, though. It's good to discuss.
With all the respect, you use this to disagree politely. Shows respect.
Okay, another one.
Hesitant. The presentation was interesting.
Acknowledging carefully. Yes, that's one way to describe it.
That's one way to describe it. Often used when something wasn't great, but you're being polite. A bit indirect.
Right. Next.
Uncertain. I don't know. The client just canceled the meeting. What should I do now?
Helpful. Okay, let's reschedule right away. And maybe send a quick apology note.
What should I do now? Let's say I do now.
You ask this when you need advice in a tricky situation.
Okay, next phrase.
Concerned. Did you hear about John and the report deadline? It's serious. Yes, I did. He failed to deliver it, didn't he? Now he finds himself in trouble with the boss.
To find himself in trouble means being in a difficult or risky situation because of something you did or didn't do.
Another one.
Encouraging. Even though things are tough, she keeps trying new ideas, working so hard.
Appreciative.
Ah.
Yes, I admire your spirit. Her determination is really something.
I admire your spirit. You say this to show respect for someone's positive attitude or determination, especially when things are hard.
Okay, almost done with these.
Worried. His bad decisions about the budget, they could ruin the whole project.
Warning. Yeah, be careful. With risks like that, you don't want to sink the ship.
To sink the ship.
Yeah.
An idiom meaning to cause something, a project, a business, to fail completely.
Last one in this section.
Excited. Great news. The investors approved the project proposal. Finally.
Optimistic. Fantastic. So we are ready to leave the harbor and start the work.
To leave the harbor means to start something new, a project, a journey, after preparations are done.
Using these phrases makes your English sound more natural and helps you in business talks.
Definitely. And speaking of business talk, let's look at idiomatic expressions. This is like getting some business wisdom.
Right. Idioms. Those special phrases where the meaning isn't literal. Very common in English, especially business English.
Okay, first one from the notes. Don't let pride sink this ship before it's even left the harbor.
The definition is, it's a warning. Don't let ego or being too confident ruin a project before it even starts.
And the example from the notes. During a heated board meeting, the CEO warned the team, don't let pride sink this ship before it's even left the harbor.
So the context is, you need to be humble, open-minded, especially at the beginning of something new. Don't be arrogant.
Yeah, like in the startup world, they always say, listen to feedback, don't think you know it all from day one. The Portuguese equivalent is, não deixa o orgulho afundar este barco antes mesmo de ele sair do porto.
Okay, next idiom. To break even.
Definition. To neither lose nor gain money. Your costs equal your income.
The example. After months of poor sales, the small cafe finally broke even, covering all its costs without making profit or loss.
So it's a basic financial point. No profit, but no loss either. You're at zero.
In Portuguese. Ficar no zero, a zero empatar.
Good. Next one. To corner the market.
Definition. To dominate a specific market or product area.
Example, the tech giant managed to corner the market in smartphone sales with its new model.
This is when one company gets so big, so strong, it controls almost everything in that area. Think Apple or Samsung, maybe.
Right. They have huge market share. In Portuguese. Dominar o mercado, monopolizar o mercado.
Okay, next idiom. In the red.
Definition. losing money, being in debt.
Example, after expanding too fast, the startup found itself in the red, unable to pay its suppliers on time.
It comes from accounting, right? When losses were written in red ink, so spending more than you earn.
Exactly, in Portuguese. No vermelho estar, no previso.
And the last business idiom for today, to play hardball.
Definition, to be aggressive or very forceful in negotiations to get what you want.
Example, when negotiating the contract, the supplier decided to play hardball, refusing to lower prices.
It means being tough, determined, not giving in easily.
You stand firm to get the best deal in Portuguese. Jogar pesado, ser implacável na negociação.
Understanding these idioms really helps you sound more natural in English
Yeah.
and understand native speakers better in business.
Okay, let's move to the reading section. This is like analyzing the report.
Right. The goal was to read a text and really understand it. We'll read the full text now, slowly and clearly.
The title is A Quiet Arrival with a Loud Demand. The cough, the coffee, and the consultant.
Okay, listen carefully. Doug Lean Branner has been a successful consultant in the technology market for more than 20 years, and he has worked with companies throughout Silicon Valley. Since his very first arrival in California, he has not accepted zero-chance projects. He has learned that the largest opportunities often come with the smallest ideas, just like a simple cough can ruin a good coffee moment, or how the sound of a printer can break the quiet of a conference room. Many customers have trusted him to control their risks, manage demand, and discover the potential of new startups. He has never been exhausted by these challenges. Instead, he has always been ready to arrive at the office earlier than prior meetings suggested, read the reports carefully, and prepare himself for the unexpected.
In the future, Branner believes there will be even more demand for smart investments because the market will not accept projects with zero profit potential. He also thinks that his consultant skills will remain valuable, even as younger professionals arrive with trendy ideas. You should be quite smart, but also remain quiet when necessary, he often says, and never forget that good coffee solves half of life's problems, while a bad cough can ruin the best business pitch. Before his retirement, he wants to invest in the largest eco-friendly project in the Valley, where technology and nature work together. No more stress, no more control problems, only growth and peace.
So that's the text about this consultant, Doug Lean Branner.
Let's talk about it a bit, paragraph by paragraph. The first one, for me, it really shouts business expert.
Yeah, it highlights his experience, right?
Yep.
Silicon Valley, tech market.
Yeah.
He sounds very focused on results.
Exactly. He doesn't do zero-chance projects. He helps clients control risk, manage demand, find potential. Classic consultant stuff. Very strategic, very analytical.
True, true. But I also noticed the part about seeing opportunity in the smallest ideas. You know, the cough and the coffee, the printer sound.
Yeah, but isn't that just flavor? The important part seems to be the big opportunities, controlling risks. That's the core business skill, isn't it? Like tech companies needing that data analysis to survive.
I see your point about strategy, but I think maybe his ability to notice small things and connect them is part of his success. And his attitude, it says, he has never been exhausted by these challenges. Instead, he has always been ready. That resilience, that's huge for anyone in business, right?
Okay, yeah, dedication is important, I agree. But look at the second paragraph, the future. He talks about more demand for smart investments because the market won't accept zero profit potential. That's pure business focus.
Right, focusing on profit, potential, investment. But he also says his skills will remain valuable. And that advice, be quite smart, but also remain quiet when necessary. That balance seems key.
And his final goal, investing in the largest eco-friendly project. Technology and nature, growth and peace. It's ambitious.
Yes. See, while you focus on the hard business structures, I kind of see the vision there. The idea that business can achieve more than just profit. It can bring harmony, maybe, peace. It's about the impact, the way you do business.
So you think the vision part, the eco project, is maybe more significant than his track record of controlling risk and finding potential?
Well, I think maybe you need both. A startup needs that solid business sense, absolutely, to survive. But it also needs that strong vision to really thrive, to attract people, to inspire. Branner seems to have that mix.
Fair enough. Maybe his success is that combination, the solid skills and that unique perspective. A good lesson there.
Absolutely. Now, let's switch gears to another vital skill, listening. Or as the notes put it, understanding the pitch.
Right. Developing strong listening skills is so important. In presentations, negotiations, even just team meetings, you have to really hear what's being said.
And the notes show the dedicated time was spent on this, practicing listening comprehension. It mentions listening wavelengths or sonic engagement.
And it gives the total time. 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 6 seconds.
Wow, that's 149 minutes, or almost 9,000 seconds. That's
Yeah.
a lot of focused listening practice.
It really emphasizes how crucial it is. You need to train your ear to understand spoken English well, especially in business where a misunderstanding could be, well, bad.
Exactly. You need to hear the details to respond correctly, to grasp an offer fully.
Okay, let's move on to the writing section. This one is like drafting the plan.
Right. This was a collaborative writing task, writing a story together, like a team drafting a business plan or maybe a movie script, adding bits, changing things in a shared document.
The notes describe scene 3 of the story you were writing, set in Mario's coffee shop near closing time.
Mario's there, tired but proud, and then Tiago walks in.
Tiago, looking sharp, he's the consultant. He saw the busy day, but also the potential. Calls the location a gold mine.
Yes, and he makes an offer, $200,000 for 60% of the business.
Oof. Mario says no. Too much control to give up. He suggests maybe 40%.
Then Tiago argues, right? Says the business needs structure, marketing, a team.
Mario mentions the difficulties of the first day, needing his wife's okay. Tiago talks vision, structure.
Then Tiago's final offer, $150,000 for 45%, plus some say in hiring.
And Mario agrees, but only if his wife agrees too. The scene ends with the espresso machine noise and Tiago's warning.
That idiom we learned, don't let pride sink this ship before it's even left the harbor.
And Mario is left thinking, so the exercise was for you, the students, to continue this story.
Right. At the next part, maybe a new scene, working together in this shared document. Douglas and Reynaldo weren't characters in scene 3, but they could add their thoughts or write new interactions.
Let's imagine Douglas and Reynaldo discussing scene 3. How might that sound? We can do a quick, simple example dialogue.
Okay, I'll try being Douglas, maybe using some of that consultant thinking from the reading text. You be Reynaldo, perhaps focusing on Mario's dream.
Sounds good.
Like Douglas. Okay, I read scene 3, Tiago's offer, 45% for $150K. It's interesting. A startup, it needs capital to thrive.
Like Reynaldo, yes, but 45%, it feels like a lot. Mario loves that shop. It's his passion. He shouldn't give up too much control, maybe.
Like Douglas. But Tiago can handle the business side. Marketing, the payroll. Mario's a great baker, yes, but management. Maybe Tiago did his homework.
Like Reynaldo. True, structure matters, but the heart of it all is Mario. Will this deal make him happy? Will he still feel proud? Maybe we need to see that.
Like Douglas. Perhaps we can write what happens next. Mario talks to his wife. What does she think? We can add that dialogue in the document.
Like Reynaldo. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's think about how that conversation would go. We can write it together.
See, just a simple example of how you could continue the story using the characters, the situation, and practicing the language you're learning.
Practice is everything. Which brings us nicely to speaking training, sharpening the delivery.
Yes, it's not just what you say, but how you say it. The pace of speaking, your rhythm, it all matters.
And the teacher spends time listening, right? Identifying those common mistakes for each student. That way, you know what to work on.
Then, often using texts like the one about Branner or similar ones, you get to practice speaking them.
Yeah, it provides real examples of the language in use, so you can apply it and get better each class. Speaking practice builds fluency and confidence, too.
Definitely. Okay, now let's look at the class stats. This is like measuring progress. Your English journey KPIs.
Key performance indicators for your startup. Exactly. The notes show some numbers for Douglas and Tiago, and for the whole group, T247.
And you are developing, making progress, moving from A2 towards B1 on the CEFRL scale. That's the goal.
Let's read out the stats mentioned.
Vocabulary growth, 0 words. Now, this means no new words were added to your personal trap list this session, but you definitely reviewed and used many.
Comprehensive lexicon repertory, 816 words. That's the total number of words you've learned and are using. That's a great number.
Oral fluency and speech engagement span, 60 minutes, an hour. That's the total time you spend actively speaking and interacting in English during the class. Excellent engagement.
Listening wavelength, sonic engagement. 2 out, 29 meter E6s. We mentioned this one, 149 minutes, almost 9,000 seconds of dedicated listening practice.
And phonetic deviation ratio, 100%. This means all the specific pronunciation points the teacher planned to check in this class were covered and practiced. Good coverage.
These stats give you a picture of your activity and progress. Keep working to see these numbers grow.
And to understand your progress, it helps to remember the foundation, the resources, and the school's methodology.
Right. The notes list the bibliographic references used.
There's a link to a book, the hero with 1,000 faces,
Yeah.
on the student portal.
And also, Academia BSB Grammar CFRL A2 T247 2002 506 UNAT 53 advices should. The grammar focus for that unit.
These materials support your learning. And it's crucial to remember, Academia BSB has a clear methodology, a system.
Yes. The footnotes mention it clearly. What to do after each class. Review the most recent class notes, which is exactly what we're helping you do with this deep dive.
And doing your homework is a really important part of that methodology. It helps things stick.
Speaking of homework, don't forget it's there in your notes, just marked simply as homework.
Please make sure you complete it before the next class. It really helps consolidate everything and gets you ready for what's next.
Which brings us perfectly to looking ahead. The upcoming linguistic scope.
What's the exciting topic for the next class?
It's Scene 5 Business Proposal. Ooh, this sounds like it follows directly from Scene 3.
And the notes give us a little taste, a dialogue snippet from Scene 5. Let's read it. Listen closely, using a slight smirk, like Tiago.
You've got heart, Mario, and that smell. It's nostalgia in a cup, but you need capital. I'll invest, but I want 45%.
Sounding resistant, like Mario. I'd rather sell my old pilot wings than give up that much. This place is mine. It's my second takeoff, not a corporate landing pad.
Wow. So the negotiation continues.
It certainly does. Okay, we have covered a lot in this deep dive into your class notes.
We really have. We analyzed them like a startup report, didn't we? Looking at pronunciation, vocabulary, language usage, those useful business idioms, the reading text, listening practice, the writing tasks, speaking training.
We've looked at your progress through the class stats.
Talked about the foundation, the resources, and methodology.
And we got that sneak peek at what's coming in Scene 5.
So here's something to chew on before your next class, a little cliffhanger question. Remember in Scene 3, Mario seemed to agree to 45% for $150K if his wife approved.
Yes, that was the conditional agreement.
Right. But in that dialogue snippet from Scene 5, which comes after Scene 3, Tiago is still saying, I want 45%, and Mario is pushing back hard, saying, I'd rather sell my old pilot wings.
So what happened in between? Did Mario's wife say no? Or did Mario change his mind?
Exactly. What happened between Scene 3 and Scene 5? And maybe more importantly,
What will Mario do now?
think about that mystery. It sets up Scene 5 nicely.
We'll leave you now with the motto of our school. Remember it.
It is not only about the language, it is all about communication.